First up, she is an activist for social media accountability and transparency whose forthcoming book, The Power of One, How I Found the Strength to Tell the Truth and Why I Blew the Whistle on Facebook, comes out in June and is available now. Pre-orders, please welcome Frances Haugen. Hey, great to meet you, whistleblower. Okay, I'm so glad we have, oh, look at those sneakers. I almost wore those.
Yeah, they match my jacket.
They're great for your age. Me, it would look terrible. And I'm glad you're here, your age and your job, because I need an expert on social media. This is not my area of expertise, so you're going to enlighten me a lot. But even I have noticed that everything now is TikTok. Right? It's like an invasive species. Every media site does the same kind of this scrolling of Instagram. I saw one of the Kardashians was like, could Instagram please go back to being Instagram where we had pictures? And even, wow, when a Kardashian can't move the needle, you know it's... And I see TikTok brain because it's... Well, you tell me what TikTok brain is, please. It's something to do with the fact that when you see something scrolling this much, you can't concentrate?
Well, TikTok is different than, say, like Netflix, in that, like, you can't dual screen TikTok. Like TikTok, if you don't get another video unless you advance the next video. And so people end up like lasered in on 1-minute experiences.
Right.
And so you end up in kind of like a compulsive cycle where it's like, you know, you're rolling the slot machine each time. What are you gonna get? And it pulls you forward until you're up till 2 o'clock.
And it changes your brain. I really, I mean, I've talked to people your age, and like sometimes just at movies, and like, I can't watch a whole movie. I'm like, really? Well, first of all, the first thing they say if you mention a movie that was around before they were born, like, I wasn't born. I'm like, yeah, that's why they put them on celluloid. But okay. Aside from that, they can't watch a movie because it's sitting still for 2 hours.
Yeah, 90 minutes even.
Right. Yeah. Well, whatever it is, they can't. 90 seconds is kind of a stretch. Okay, so this is evidence. I mean, is this really what you're after? Is stopping this rotting of young people's brains? Because we do seem to be doing experiment on young people's brains.
So right now, there's no incentive for TikTok to help you go to bed. Right? There's no incentive to keep you listen, right? Every additional video you watch,
or read a book.
Read a book, right? They make more money the longer they keep you on there, which is why in China there's actually rate limits on how much like children can use it per day, like only 40 minutes per day.
And yet it is a Chinese app.
It's a Chinese app.
So they give us the one that rots our children's brain.
So they
is that right?
They do nothing when the average child in the United States uses it for on average 100 minutes a day.
Right.
And every year that number's been going up by on the order of 7 to 10 minutes. And so there's this question of what's going on where China says this is too dangerous for our own children to use, but it's fine if American children use it.
So why, but you mostly worked at Facebook, right? I mean, you've worked at Google, you've worked at Hinge.
Pinterest.
Right. Yeah. You've been all over Silicon Valley, but Facebook is who you blew the whistle on. I feel like Facebook is the least of the problems. Am I wrong? It seems like that's the old fuddy-duddy thing. I mean, it's basically your high school yearbook come to life. Which is why I never understood why I would want to be on it, or why is Facebook evil? Or on a par of evil with TikTok, say. Is it?
So the product we use in the United States is the cleanest, safest, most sanitized version of Facebook. Facebook overwhelmingly spent their safety budget on English and in the United States. When around the world, Facebook went into some of the most fragile places and paid for their data for them to use Facebook. And for at least 1 billion users, they live in places where Facebook is the internet. And those are the same places where Facebook spends very, very little money on safety. And so all the most dangerous things about Facebook, the algorithms, the hypervirality for the most extreme ideas, that raw, most dangerous version of Facebook is the same product people in the most fragile places are using. And that's why I blew the whistle.